Welcome everybody. Welcome to Homestead Heart. And today I am sitting outside. It's actually a beautiful day. It's really not that hot right now. It's actually kind of cool outside. The sun kind of ducks behind the clouds here and there. But it's a beautiful, beautiful morning here on the homestead. And really this video is probably going to be short and sweet. Um, I just wanted to come out and really just say thank you to all of our wonderful, wonderful subscribers. You all are so kind and so caring and so thoughtful. And thank you for all of your prayers. Um, every comment that was posted, um, I read every single comment, and I have to tell you, it made me feel so good. It really did, and I even say it was a part of my healing, because when people give the right words and they're uplifting and kind, that helps to heal you from the inside out. And so I know that that was a part of my healing process. So thank you all so very, very, very much. I mean, I got all of the messages. Thank you so much to everyone who came and just put a positive word. All of that meant so much to me. Kira, mommy of five, thank you, girl. Fallen Sky Prepper, thank you, my brother. Urban Fence Homestead, Pam from Good Old TV and Movies, and Led Farmer, and Adam Ness, and man, Louisiana Gardening Family. It's so many of y'all. It's just so many of y'all. If I don't call your name, it's just so many people who were so kind. I just want to thank each and every one of you. Miss Linda, everybody from the Greenhouse Lounge. From the Greenhouse Lounge. Thank you so very much. You all are awesome. My family, everybody. Just wonderful. Mr. Homestead Hart did a fantastic job with taking care of me and checking on me, and because that was really some kind of an experience right there. I've never experienced something like that before. And it's rare for me to be sick, even just like in bed sick. That does not happen to me, but every once in a great while. I don't even remember the last time I had a cold. So yeah, it's been a long time since I've just been like sick. But just to kind of tell you what happened, um, actually the spider bite, I was bitten by a brown recluse spider, for those of you who don't know what happened. Um, and I didn't even realize that I had been bitten by a spider. Actually, the day before, my shoulder got hurt right here on the clavicle bone here. It was hurt, and I was in a lot of pain from that, but I was still out here working. I was still doing me, right? So, but anyway, I got hurt here, and that same night is when I got bitten by a brown recluse spider, and it didn't happen outside. It happened inside, okay? Actually, the spider bit me in my bed. I was sleeping, and I felt something on me, but, my shoulder was hurting. So I felt something on me, but I just kind of, you just kind of, because you don't really know what it is, and plus I was in so much pain from hurting my shoulder here that I didn't pay much attention to it at all. And the next day, Mr. Homestead Hart was like, did you feel something on you? And I said, I think I did, but I really don't know, and I got up and I took something for the shoulder pain. And that's when I realized that this part of my arm was starting to hurt. And so when I looked at it, it was just like a little mark at first. But then later in the day, it was like my arm just started doing this. Like it just started opening up. I mean, it was horrible. It was horrible. So I, my husband, let me back up. Let me back up. He showed me what he found in the bed. And when he showed it to me, I said, oh my goodness. And I looked, I'm like, that's a brown recluse spider. And that's when I knew right away what I brushed off of my arm. And so from there, the arm it just started getting worse and worse. And, it started to open up. I had this big, like opening in my arm. It was extremely painful. It did cause me to have fever. I think my fever got up to like 103.2, I think it was. And I had chills, and I would go from having chills to being extremely hot. I was nauseous. For days, I couldn't eat anything. And then afterwards, I was able to eat, watermelon only. That was the only thing I could eat. I remember one morning I got up and I said, I'm going to try to eat a piece of toast. And I took one bite from the toast and realized that I'm not going to be able to keep this down. And so I just got me a little bowl with some watermelon, and I had watermelon. And that's what I ate for like 3 or 4 days in a row, was just nothing but watermelon. The water content was so high, which is probably what was a big help for me. But that's all I was able to eat for several days, and brown recluse spider bites. I've been bitten by a spider before on, I think this finger right here, like 15 years ago. And it took the whole fingernail off, right? The whole hand was swollen and all of that. But it was just a regular spider, that did that damage. And it was nothing like what I had felt here on my arm. I mean, all of this is just, it was terrible. So I remember being so cold, you all, that I literally got up and I had on 2 pair of pants, some socks, my shoes, 2 shirts, and then one of Mr. Homestead Hart's long sleeve shirts. I had on a beanie and a knit cap. And it was 95 degrees outside and very humid. I think the heat index was like 103. And I came outside and sat in the heat because I was so cold. But the downside to that is that it was making me nauseous to be out here, but I was freezing. So it was just a terrible experience that I wouldn't wish on anybody. Today is my second day to where I feel better. Yesterday the third day. 3 days ago, I started feeling better, and I would have chills here and there, but it wasn't really bad. It was just like it would come and I would, and then it would leave. So yesterday, I was feeling much better. I was like much better yesterday, but I can still feel like the residue of what my body was fighting. I could still feel it there, but I could tell it was on its way out. And today, I feel great. Today, this has been nearly 2 weeks now. And yeah, I think we're at 11 days, something like that. Today is like day 11, I think. I don't know, somewhere around there. But it's, man, it was terrible, and I knew what it was. I didn't want to go to the doctor. I'm a terrible patient. I'll admit that. I'm very stubborn. And when it comes to doctor's offices, I hate going to the hospital, the emergency room. I hate going. I mean, I will fight it as long as I possibly can before I go to a hospital. Okay? And that's just me. I don't even know when the last time I just like had to go to the hospital. I don't know. I hate going to the hospital. So anyway, every day that I said, okay, I'm going to go because I was feeling so bad, I would start feeling better a little bit and I would say, okay, I'm not going. And then I would be okay. And then later on, I would start feeling so bad again. I'm like, okay, I'm going to go. And I didn't go. So, what I did was I took some turmeric and some baking soda, and I had a little Epsom salt that I put in with some water, and I would mix that, and then I added the turmeric and the baking soda, and kind of made like a little paste. I packed that in my arm. That was painful. That burned like, I don't know, y'all. I'm telling you, it was either that or go to the hospital. But I would say once I packed that in and put the bandage over it, I mean, literally, I hollered. That's how bad it burned. I literally hollered because it burned just like that. And I just put that in there, and it stopped my skin from like pulling away from itself. It just, I can tell that it really did make an impact, and I just left that on there for that day, and the next day it was on till late that evening, but I took it off and just kind of rinsed it out with some water, and then I would spray it with some peroxide, and I put it in again, but it didn't burn as bad. It was like stinging. So I could tell that it was doing or had done what it needed to do. And so after that second day of putting it in, I didn't feel the effects of it anymore. So I just kept it clean with water and peroxide, and that was it. And it's better. I have a scab coming over it now. It's still it's although the scab is coming over it here, it's still really tender around the outside of it. It's real tender. My normal skin color is back. This has been an ordeal. So I'm very I'm very careful out here when I'm in the garden. Y'all see me, I have my hat on. I mean, I had this big old hat on, and then I even have something tied because I don't want anything getting in my hair. Okay, I'm one of those black women that have thick, 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 thick hair. In fact, when I don't have it tied up, I have an afro, y'all. I rock my afro. Yes, I do. So I have it tied down because I don't want anything getting in my head, in my hair, because it is so thick. I probably wouldn't find it for at least 2 days. So I won't, I keep my hair, covered when I'm out here, and then I keep a hat on, and y'all see me. I have my shirt on, and then I'll have a long sleeve white shirt on. That's not to be fashionable. That's to keep stuff off me. So ironic enough, I wasn't bitten out here. In fact, I've never been bitten by a spider or anything. I always work with my gloves on. I was bitten in the house, in the bed, by a spider that got inside and climbed up my bed, got in the bed with me and bit me on my shoulder here. Imagine that. All the precaution that I take out here got bit in there. So yeah, that's what happened to me, y'all. And like I said, I'm feeling a lot better. I'm up and at 'em, and hey, bud, man, do I feel better. And I'm telling you, that's a terrible ordeal to go through. And if you've ever been bitten by a brown recluse spider, you know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about. You know the the ups and downs of like this whole process. You know what that's like. So I know to you all, I'm probably preaching to the choir. But for those who don't know, it's a terrible experience and you don't want to go through it. So, man, if you have them around your home, in your area, do what you got to do to, protect yourself. You don't want to go through that. Okay? So, I think that's going to be it. Again, I just want to say thank you to everybody. Y'all made me feel so good when I was able to read the comments. Y'all made me feel so good. Mr. Homestead Hart, I told him, I'm like, I can't, put a video up and tell him anything. So, he's not a techie person. So I kind of walked him through how to do this. So, he did a good job of letting everybody know, what happened, and I'm really grateful for that. So he really did, and it took me a few days to feel good enough to just like, because I'm telling you, I was sleeping all day. I would get up for a moment, and then I was alternating between ibuprofen and Tylenol because I was in pain and I had fever. So I was alternating between those two. And I would be asleep all day long, you know. Yeah, the funny thing is that some of the things that really tickle me is that Mr. Homestead Hart is something how I guess he forgot how to cook since because I always do all the cooking and everything, so I guess he forgot how to put food together. But he did a good job of looking after me. Thank God for canned foods, Thank God for my canning stash, my food storage in there, But I guess he forgot how to cook. Bless his heart. It's funny. But anyway, y'all, this video is long enough. I thought it was going to be short, but it ended up being pretty long. So I'm going to end it here and just say thank you, thank you, thank you. You all are wonderful. Thank you so much to each and every one of you who sent your prayers, who prayed for me, who was just checking on me, who sent kind words and was thinking about me and was telling everybody else to pray for me. Thank y'all so, so much. Your prayers were heard and answered because I feel good. I feel so much better. I haven't even been out in the garden, y'all. I'm telling you, it was so bad that I come out here in my garden like every day, several times a day. Sometimes I'm out here all day long. But during that experience, man, I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. So, needless to say, Mr. Homestead Hart did the best he could. A lot of our pole beans, they too big to eat, and man, they just too big to eat. So I took them off, and I'll feed them to the chickens. They'll love them. We can't eat them, So, but anyway, thank you all again. And my prayer is that you all will be blessed. I mean, tremendously blessed, just because your heart is the way that it is. When your heart can be in such a way that you care about others, period. You just care and you have concern and it's genuine for other people. You don't have to know them to care. You don't have to know them, like what's going on right now in the Gulf with the storms and in California with the earthquakes. You don't have to know those people to empathize, sympathize, and have true concern for them. You still pray for them whether you know them or not, because you know at any given moment that person could easily be you. So I just want to say I'm praying for all of you too, that you all will receive blessings beyond what you could even imagine. I pray for all of you too, just not because something's wrong, but just because I pray that everything will continue to go right. So that's going to do it, y'all. Thank you all so much again for all of your love, your prayers, your thoughts, your kind words, your support, your everything. Thank you so, so much. So, thank you for watching Homestead Heart. Peace and blessings to you all. So happy to see you all again, and I will see you in the next video.